Hey everybody, it's Annette. This video is for anybody who is raising a small flock of chickens or thinking about it. And at this time of the year, it's time to consider preparing for the winter. We're already starting this August, September. Middle September is kind of pushing it. We want to go ahead and get things started because there's a lot to do. So I've put new cover over the whole top run. So on that side there, that way it will stay dry. The covers around it are in pretty good condition. They're raised up to let the drafts in, the airflow in because it's being hot. And even now I'm like, it's 70 something degrees and it's feels like more than 70 something, so the humidity is just like a blanket. But what I want to discuss specifically today as part of prep is that the chickens will start to go into molting soon. So it's a process where they're going to lose their feathers. I've been seeing some feather loss, not significant, but I started doing this feed blend a few years ago, and they don't lose as many. They still need to slow down on their egg laying because their bodies are getting prepared for the winter too. They're like little incubators. They have to have all the protein, the higher protein. They slow down on the egg. They're getting their little bodies prepared for the seasons as well. So we're not the only ones preparing. They are ahead of us. So in the past, when I first had them, feathers would be flying everywhere and they looked pitiful. They look like something that would be on one of those sad commercials on TV that you donate money to every month. And I didn't like seeing them like that. They look pitiful. So I started mixing the regular feed with a high protein blend and then the feather fixer, which is a high protein. That's why you're seeing the feather loss, is because the protein that they would need for that, it's just they're using it to get their bodies ready for winter. So their feathers are going to get lost. They're going to lose feathers. You're not going to see as many eggs. You're going to see a slowdown as we start getting colder. But it's not, I don't do this to maintain high egg production because they produce what their little bodies can produce. I do this so they don't have all the feather loss and they don't lose all those feathers. And it seems to have worked well. They seem to be happy, healthy birds as they're entering into the colder season. So I'm going to show you the things I'm working with. I will get off camera here in a little bit, but the feed will go in the buckets. I just ordered and had delivered. If you're on the Neighbors Club and Tractor Supply, if you're not and you are a Tractor Supply customer, sign up for that because you get these promos where you get to have free delivery straight to your house. And that's a great benefit. So it was time to stock up on the feed. I think I had gotten down to a little under 200 pounds of feed. I stand corrected on that, 150 pounds of feed. 200 backup is comfortable. 300 is better. 400 is ideal. As backup feed goes, buy extra bag here or there, it builds up very quickly. But I had other things I was doing with and being distracted with, kittens and getting coops prepared and stuff like that. So it had gone down to a little under 200 pounds, 150 if I have to guess. The reason I say that is because we don't know at any given time how logistics and supply is going to work. There have been times where I have tried to get a product and it may have taken me a month to get that product. Well, if I have 300 pounds of backup feed at a minimum, then I can ride that little dip in logistics out if it's not available at any of my local stores. Obviously, my default is going to see if there's another local store that will carry it. And I do keep them on this feed. This is what they've been on since I had them. If Tractor Supply is not your cup of tea, that's fine. Get your feed wherever you like to get your feed. I'm just telling you what I use. And I've stayed with it because they've maintained their health. I've not had any issues with it. Once in a blue moon, I think 3 times in my 12 years, I've opened up a bag and it's had mold in it. So it's going to happen. What you do is, if it's within date and you want to write your dates on your bag, I'm going to start doing that because we rotate first in, first out. So they have the freshest. We've started storing them in the carport. I did have a closed-in porch. I was storing it in. I think that may have, outside of buckets, been a risk. I don't know as far as like elements go, even though it stayed dry and covered up, and you got to think about storage space. I'm going to try it in the carport for a little while, but I do store a lot in these buckets. We have several, and I mean several, of these 5-gallon buckets with the lids, and then I just carry them coop to coop and feed the birds. So you will need your 5-gallon bucket. You will need something to scoop with. I love these. These are little 4-cup measuring cups that I got at the Dollar Tree. I've got like 5 of them, and who knows what they cost now. I don't think these have gone up past $1.25, but I cannot confirm nor deny that. So when they were $1.25, I've purchased these. So we got 5 of these in stock. This, I use it for mixing the feed. That's not the intent of which it was initially purchased, but now that it's for the mixing of the feed, I love the way it can get in there and scoop and dig in there really good and help blend it in together. So this is only used for that. It's not used on anything else. No cross-contamination or anything, even though it would mainly be dirt or garden stuff if I did, but I don't. I have another one. I have several garden tools, so obviously you don't have just one. Remember, people, 1 is none. 2 is 1, 1 is none. And don't hate me for constantly saying that, but I will go ahead and get off camera now. Then I'm going to show you the blends that I use, talk you through it, and tell you just what I use. This is in no way advice. You have to do what's best for you. This is what has worked well for my flock. Kept them healthy, happy, and less naked as they're going into the molting. They're less feather loss. It's a healthy amount of feather loss, but not to where you're seeing, like, literally when I first started on this endeavor, they looked like they had been plucked, and it was just pitiful. It was the absolute worst. So we're going to avoid that. Give them the proteins that they need to go into the winter nice and strong. Love you. See you on the other side. Okay, we're going to mix up our feed. I'm going to show you the things that I'm using. I'm going to use this layer feed. It is 16% layer feed mini pellets. That's part of their everyday diet in the evening. That's what I call dinner. And then normally I will mix in, like year round, I'll mix in this high pro scratch grain. Just a little bit, like a cup. I'll give you the ratios here in a second. Then for the feathers, it's Nature Wise Feather Fixer. It's a 20% protein, so you got your higher protein, you got the protein grains. I'm not over proteining everybody. So this is going to be what I'm going to use for preparing them for the colder weather coming and reduce some of the feather loss. So for the layer feed, I do 2 cups. This is just the next ratio. You do it however you want to. And then the high protein grain, scratch grain, looks like that. So it's got a little mix of everything in there. They really like that. I don't want to overdo it because we don't want to overdo something that's kind of like, I don't know if you call it a treat or anything. I just go a little conservative on that. And then your feather fixer, the 20%, it has these small pellets to it. I say like a lot of, looks like corn ground in there with it, but whatever it is, it's a higher protein. This is what's going to help prevent some of the feather loss. And then I'm going to mix it up. I like mixing it up as I go because then it stays nice and consistent. So then once the bucket's full, then all I have to do every evening is just scoop it out. It's already pre-blended. So I will be filling up some buckets of this, but this is their diet that they use. If you have any ideas or if there's some tricks that you use, you are welcome to put those in the comments. But I'm going to continue blending this. Again, my blend is 2 scoops, which is 4 cups, 1 scoop and 1 scoop. Then in the summer, I'm only doing these 2. This one is only for when we start going into winter. This is not a year-round food. This one, I think it's the 40-pound bag. One of these is only a 40-pound bag. The others are 50. So this has been consistently a good blend, and they've been happy with it. And I think that's all I got, guys. Time to start mixing. Love y'all. Hope you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And if I don't see you through any funny reels or other videos, take care. Stay safe. Love you.